guys! I recently traveled to Croatia in June of 2022 with my husband, and let me tell you that Croatia is one of the most beautiful countries out there. From crystal clear seas to rugged mountains, incredible national parks, picturesque cobblestone streets, and the freshest food there is, Croatia has something for everyone. I found that this country is not usually at the top of people's travel lists, but today I'm going to show you why you should travel to Croatia for your next trip. I've spent months researching this beautiful country, and after traveling there myself, I want to share with you the perfect itinerary. So look no further, this video has it all. Flights to Dubrovnik airport and started off by getting a rental car. Croatia has a great public transportation system, but having the freedom to travel wherever we want to at any given time is worth the extra cost for us. Our journey begins in the hidden gem of CAVTAT, located just 20 minutes from Dubrovnik and 10 minutes from the Dubrovnik airport. Our Airbnb was just a minute outside of CAVTAT, so as soon as we arrived, we dropped off our stuff and began exploring Croatia. I've watched so many YouTube videos and not one of them mentions CAVTAT, and let me tell you that this town should not be overlooked. A stone walkway circles around the entire town. There are beaches at every corner and seaside restaurants line the coast, dodging the hustle and bustle of the bigger towns. Towards the evening, we headed to Pasjaca Beach, located just 15 minutes away, to swim at an incredibly unique beach backed by cliffs. And if we could revisit any beach in Croatia, this one might be at the top of our list. The next day, we got into a rental car and began our journey towards the city of Split. If you've looked into Croatia at all, you'll know that Dubrovnik and Split are very popular cobblestone towns with a lot of history that have now been turned into beautiful tourist destinations. Okay, and this is where having a rental car is great. We were able to stop at a few breathtaking places along the way that made our trip so much more exciting. At the time, we traveled through Bosnia to get to Croatia's other side, but Croatia has built a new bridge connecting its southern tip to the mainland, so wherever route you take is up to you. The first place we stopped at is at the incredible Biokovo Skywalk. You'll have to face your fear of heights, but the view is truly breathtaking. The road up to the peak lacks guardrails at times, so just be cautious while driving up the cliffside, but along the way you'll get to see some wild horses, sheep, and cows. We wasted no time and woke up bright and early the next morning to catch a speedboat to the nearby islands. Our excursion first stopped at the unique blue caves before hitting the sunny small island towns that are everything you would imagine and even more. Continuing on with our adventure, we headed off to the National Park of Plitvice the very next day. Plitvice National Park is a series of pristine lakes connected by waterfalls, which display a variety of the most pigmented colors of blue and turquoise. We did the 5-hour trail and started at the upper entrance to finish at the biggest waterfalls before hopping back on the shuttle to get to the park. The painful part of this stunning park is that you can't swim in its lakes. But to satisfy our desire, we opened up Google Maps, found a spot downstream, and headed over there. I have never seen such a clear river in my life, and finding random spots like this is what makes the trip more adventurous. Croatia has so many insanely beautiful nooks and crannies, so make sure you go out of your way to venture a little off the beaten path.
Goodness. Bye.
The next town we knew we wanted to visit was Omiš. It's unique for having rocky peaks bordering the town, and this is where we chose to go ziplining. There's so many different ziplining excursions in Croatia, but this was the best one by far. After, make sure to explore the main strip of Omiš, buying fruit from the local stands and walking up all of the cobblestone steps to get some cool views of the town. Next is the city of Split. Split is Croatia's largest coastline city and entails Diocletian's palace, which now has restaurants built in and around the palace walls. It's really a sight to see, so spend an entire day touring the city on foot since it's pedestrian only, adding to the authenticity. There are many parking garages located around Split with reasonable rates and just a few minutes from the port, the town, and the Ruba, which is the main strip of restaurants between the palace walls and the water. We also ventured up to Marjan Hill for a view of the city from above. And then make sure you stop by any of the nearby beaches for a swim in the evening. Because I love boat rides and islands, I booked another full day of sea exploring by Catamaran. The Catamaran took us to the most turquoise waters for swimming, located off the shore of the Pechelinski Islands. This tour also stopped by Hvar town on the island of Hvar, and before coming to Croatia, I considered staying here for a few days, but after visiting the town twice for a few hours, it was just enough time to wander the streets, visit the coffee shops, and hike up to the Spanish fortress for a view of the cobblestone town from above. One place that I wish we got a chance to visit is Latnira and Dubrovačka, so make sure to stop by there for me when you go. Next, we visit Krka National Park. Because this park is so much closer to Split than Plitvice, there's more tourists, but the landscape of this park is definitely worth a visit. There's multiple boat tours offered within the park, and we did the shortest one to the Krka Monastery, located on a little island. The monastery was unique, but I wish we had the time to take one of the longer boats up to the waterfall instead. Finally, let's head to Dubrovnik. But first, let's make a detour at one of the most unique spots on Earth. This is the beginning of the vast Cetina River, and it's not just runoff water, but fresh spring water, and literally the coldest water I've ever swam in my entire life. The Cetina River Eye is really far inland and a drive to get to, but if you get out there, you won't be disappointed. No one knows how deep the hole actually is, but it's estimated to be over 150 meters deep.
It's so cold out of it.
After visiting this epic spot, make the road trip back to Dubrovnik. We pulled over multiple times along the coast to stop at small beaches that are truly hidden gems, and they're everywhere. Okay, we finally made it to the cover of Croatia, which is the town of Dubrovnik. Dubrovnik is one of the best preserved medieval cities and acted as a fort before it became a hotspot for tourists. We stayed at the Dubrovnik Palace Hotel, and this hotel is absolutely stunning. The premises hold true to the landscape with pools carved into the stone and gorgeous running trails just outside its doors. Now this next tip is important if you're going to be traveling to Dubrovnik and staying there with a rental car. This hotel, like many other hotels around the area, has a public shuttle that runs straight from the hotel to the old town. Because public parking, unlike in Split, is almost impossible to find in and around the old town. Just make sure you don't get on the wrong bus because there's many routes traveling from the old town and many different bus systems. And this is speaking from personal experience. Explore every side street within the town, walk the walls of the city for the best views, eat the best gelato in the world, and enjoy every moment of it. Dubrovnik is truly such an amazing city. Make sure that you travel to this beautiful country, and I'll see you in the next one.